It is show time, and I just got told that
Yeah.
I didn't look at all when I made the sign, and I put ThanksKilling 3,
Oh.
but it was ThanksKilling 1
Yep.
that we watched, so
Balls.
that's my bad. That's my
It was
bad.
so bad we had to use the sequel.
Poster. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So sorry, everybody, if you watched 3, and you were, or if you watched 1 and saw this poster and were stupid like me and didn't read
Yeah.
the 3 on it and were like expecting boobs in the first second, and
Yeah.
oh
She
wait,
was gonna put up the right poster, but then she got high.
I mean, I can show my boobs if that. I mean, that way we wouldn't be false advertising.
Yeah.
oh wait,
Well, it's already
oh,
past the first second.
Oh,
we gotta
okay.
start the show. Shit.
Roll the thing. Well, that went smoothly.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tomb of the Terrible. I am your host, UncleNecRo, and with me tonight is the regular gang of bad movie watchers here, plus a new one to the show. We have Razty Slasher. How you doing?
What's up, man? What's up?
Okay. I had to figure out whether or not you were frozen. Okay.
Nope, no, I'm good.
And we have
Still.
our Lady Josh and Our Lady Friday.
Hi.
How you guys doing? And then Dell is joined us tonight.
Brad Tosker's back
Yep,
to
we're
his,
going to be
camp
squirreling
levels.
a lot tonight, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and for the first time ever, Wolf, otherwise known as Captain Ron, tonight.
Hell yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm dropping
I'm
boobs.
good,
What did
sir.
you think of our big intro?
And good morning, everyone.
Ah.
And that's morning with an MOURN, because after you watch this movie, you will be mourning too.
Yes, you.
I watch it every year.
That's
every
my
single
line.
year. Thanksgiving.
That explains a lot.
So tonight we're watching ThanksKilling, the first one, not the third one. And if you're wondering what happened to the second one, we'll get to that. Essentially, this is a movie about a psycho turkey that goes around killing people. That's all you need to know. Hello.
Gobble, gobble.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this a turkey or is it a Skeksis?
Dun, dun, dun.
I love the Skeksis, man.
It does kind of look like a
Dun,
Skeksis.
dun, dun.
That's a sexy Skeksis.
Now I'm really. That is a very sexy Skeksis. Say that 3 times fast. And now that we're referencing a better movie,
This is also an Ohio movie, I want to point out.
Yeah, and you know one of the key players in this movie, don't you?
Yeah, Ryan Francis plays Darren. Love that guy. I've interviewed him before on my old network. I've talked to him a number of times. He's just a really great guy, man. He does a lot with charities, the huge holiday show, which I thought he was doing this year, but I guess he's taking a year off and getting some other stuff done. He's also a huge the nerdcore rapper. I can toss his link tree here in a little bit, but seriously, Ryan's a great guy. Check him out. He still does a lot for ThanksKilling. They do Q&As, live showings still. You can look him up on Cameo also.
Wow. Now, my history with this movie is I watched it on Thanksgiving morning, 2012, on Netflix. It was on Netflix for free for a spell.
Yep.
So I figured, yeah, why not? So I watched it, and it was only an hour and 6 minutes long, and it felt longer. Felt much longer.
Yes, it
And
did.
I believe my written it's a magic movie, but my initial written review of it for my blog was not very positive. And rewatching it right now, even knowing what I was getting myself into, it still hit the painful parts. But at least I know this was legitimately one of those, bad on purpose kind of movies.
Yeah.
I
Hi,
think
Pyle.
I see Ron.
everybody's seeing you, Captain.
So
I'm
wait,
surprised.
Raz, you're saying that Darren is huge,
So-
huge?
What
Yeah,
are our
right,
initial
Francis, yeah.
thoughts?
I
Let's
did
go
not
around the
know
room.
that. I've seen him in concert with
Yeah.
like Schaefer and
Yeah.
2D6 and all those guys.
Oh yeah, he lives over in Columbus too, man. He does
I
a
did
lot of
not
stuff
know
over in
that.
Columbus. Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, guys, go check him out and check out his huge Facebook. He's got good stuff.
He's the coolest dude ever. Seriously, I love that guy. I have this big tradition ever since it came out. Obviously, I watch 2 different series on Thanksgiving. I start like the night before, and I kind of watch all through Thanksgiving. It's the ThanksKilling series and Hunger Games because I like the whole turkey aspect. So I start that the night before, like going into midnight, I start watching ThanksKilling. But then I like to, while I'm eating food, watch the Hunger Games because it just makes me laugh. I don't know why, and for some reason that's my whole tradition. So I got through all 4. No, sorry, there's 5. Like all 5 Hunger Games and both ThanksKillings, like within the whole confines of things.
Well, you're eating during the Hunger Games.
Yeah. Well, they're
For
starving
Iron
and fighting for
purposes.
food. I'm just eating turkey and watching them murder each other. It's great.
Can pause
That's
this real
what
quick?
Thanksgiving's about.
Yeah.
Throw out
The way it's supposed to be.
Got to
So,
give a shout out to Tom
okay.
Dog real quick.
So-
Hey, Tom.
So,
Rip Real Pro.
Hey, Tom.
Shows. Go watch his shows. They're awesome. James, I'm avoiding this as much as possible. Let me give my shout
so
out.
as I was, yeah, well, I'm going to make you guys. I understand that, but I'm going to make you look at this and face your fears. People, let's talk about your initial reactions to watching ThanksKilling. How many people this was their first time watching it? Show of
Oh,
hands.
wow.
No, we've all seen this before.
Except Raz.
Okay.
We're all holding our hands.
I think
Okay.
only you and I had seen it before then, James.
Yeah, the rest of us hadn't.
Well, let me tell you, I watched it specifically for this purpose.
And
this
I
is
did
the
it
only
solo.
reason I watched it.
Now,
Nice.
Are we
You're
all
welcome.
caught up with each other?
so
Okay.
Okay.
Are you on a
so-
lag, James?
Raz, we got your.
I think he's on a lag.
I think so.
Yeah, he's on a lag.
I'm on. I think I'm on the Wi-Fi again.
Okay.
I'm out in the dining area, so the Wi-Fi.
Gotcha. Okay.
Should I switch laptops? It'll take a few minutes.
You might want to because like you're so far off from where we are and you're freezing here and there.
Okay, you guys go ahead and discuss this or whatever, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, we'll close some time for you, buddy.
Okay, I have one thing to add. As for the Hunger Games, the new book, the songbirds and whatever, there's way too many people simping for Snow now.
Which is bullshit because he was a terrible human being and he's just as terrible. I haven't read the book yet, but I saw the movie and I'm like, okay, this explains a lot about him. And I've been hearing the buzz about people liking him suddenly, and I'm like, no, this just proves that he's a piece of shit as a human being. Hey, Mariah. She's seen ThanksKilling before. We watched it for our old network, and then it, knowing me, you kind of can't not watch ThanksKilling at some point. I kind of make people watch it a lot.
Are y'all familiar with Ryan George? On
Name
YouTube
sounds familiar.
That does the pitch meetings.
Yeah.
He just recently did a pitch meeting for that new Hunger Games movie for Songbird and Snakes or whatever it is. After I watched those, I'm less inclined to watch the movie.
It was a good movie. I will say it was a good movie. It just
Gonna use this moment while James is getting hooked up because I don't think he intentionally cut me off when I was trying to give our shouts out to Tom Dog.
oh yeah.
Yeah, Tom has got his part here over on Elliott, but we also he has his own show, Real Pro. Channel X over on YouTube, where you can catch him. Tom Dog 247, I believe. Also on Instagram. I might be getting this wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tom. And on TikTok, and you can find him. And he does some great fun shows. He has us on over there sometimes, or some other guests. He's out of Connecticut. He does the late night show, welcoming people into the weekend early, and does some wrestling stuff too, which I don't know shit about. So
I also
if you
call
like
Channel X.
wrestling,
Sometimes I call Channel X Tom Dog After Dark.
Tom Dog XXX. Dun, dun,
Tom
dun.
Dogs of the Universe.
Basically.
The gore shirt. She
Yep.
got the reference.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing my. I went actually with UncleNecRo. So I got this one of the last couple times I went around, so I didn't get to see them originally. And unfortunately, because of epilepsy, the way I watch shows is with one of the T-shirts wrapped around my face for most of them, because everybody strobes except for Primus. They don't strobe, so yay Primus. But yeah, got to go see him, and I got my Guar blood because I wore my white when I went there, but I couldn't get through the pit because I'm fucking old and epileptic.
Yeah.
So, like there were people going to the restroom, and this guy came out, and he was covered, and I was like, "Can I get some blood?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he had all of his friends that were drenched in blood come and give me hugs, so I have like my shirt drenched in Guar love blood. So
Man.
One way to do it.
I saw
And
Guar
it
one
gets-
time, and it was almost 30 years ago at the Newport Music Hall in Columbus, which if you guys have never been there, it's a converted opera house. It is brilliant and an amazing fucking venue. They were doing the World Maggot Tour back then. So you had to go through the meat grinder and get fed to the maggot to go backstage. And I was hanging out in Columbus because I had won this big like scholarship to go to, as like a young teenager, to go to Ohio State for an entire semester for a creative writing thing. They pick people from like all over the U.S., and I was one of the people picked for it. And I'm just hanging out down High Street, wandering around, smoking, just chilling out. And somebody comes up and goes, "Hey, I got a pair of Guar tickets if you want to go see Guar." And I'm like, I just learned who Guar was from Beavis and Butthead. So I was like, yes, please. So my mom drives us back, me and my sister, back up to Columbus and sits and waits out in a parking garage while her and my sister and I go in and like get defiled by Guar. And it was one of the greatest moments I think of my life, man. It was amazing. The special effects are so badass. And then as I started getting into film, the guy that I did my first big movie with and like learned special effects from was actually best friends with their head special effects and did help do a lot of their special effects early in his career. So I literally learned like the Guar way to do special effects when I was like young.
oh, that's very cool.
Definitely rocks.
I do. They the same place they performed this last time, or well, that they performed at again. Um, they a couple of years before that, I had some friends working there, and they forgot the phallus at at the bar, and so they were like, everybody was out while they were getting ready to load it in a truck to ship it to their next town, like posing with it, and doing all sorts of fun stuff. And they're like, yeah, they forgot it here. We're gonna have some fun. Don't worry, we aren't gonna break it or anything. They set it on. So
Also,
yes,
R.I.P.
so
Odorous.
the photo. Yeah,
Right.
never got to see the man. I wish I had, but
I get to see him at a lot of cons. When they first started promoting the Holliston TV show with Adam Green and everybody and Joe Lynch. That was a big deal because when they first started doing it, Dee Snider was with them, so I got to meet Dee Snider the same time I got to meet David Rocky, like actually personally meet them, not just the time I saw Guar, the show, but like he was such a good guy, like just a kind-hearted, like nice guy. He came in costume and everything is odorous, and I got to meet him as Odorous and as David Rocky a little bit later on. But his passing away, man, was that hit a lot of people. And since then, Guar has gone through so many changes. They just lost another band member here this past week, and they're switching another person out. Like it's they've had a hard time of it since he died.
Well, Mike Bishop, the original bass player for, let me think. He is now the lead singer, the front man. His character's name is Blothar.
Yep.
on.
Would you believe
That's
he has a
probably his-
PhD?
Yep.
Yes, actually, don't
Super
much
smart guy.
because the main theme for Have You Seen Me when they Have You Seen Me da, 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 is it Mahler's Ninth Symphony, I think. It's something like that because I know when we were sitting in humanities class in high school and it was being played, I was like, holy shit, it's Gwar. And my instructor was like, what? I'm like, oh, there's this metal band that like that's where they get the theme from one of their songs is exactly that. And he was like, oh, you should let me listen to them. And I'm like, no, I should
Ooh.
not, because I respect you a lot. And even though you have a broad mind and you liked AC/DC when you heard it, I do not think you will appreciate the things that take place in this song.
So I turned my back for a few minutes, and now you're talking about Guar.
Yeah. We had a
We were
little
waiting
plug.
for you to get back so we wouldn't spoil ThanksKilling.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the
please.
movie without you, man.
I'm wearing the shirt. There was a
Okay.
reference made to Tom Dogs of the Universe. Then it turned into Gwar. Then it turned into like you and I going to Gwar. And so we just
Oh, okay.
decided
We guard out.
that. Yeah. So
You just didn't want to talk about the movie.
I do. I love this fucking
Okay.
movie.
we wouldn't dare do anything without you that had to do with the movie.
Aw,
Welcome back.
okay. All right, so I'm back, and hopefully this will go a little bit smoother. Hi, welcome to the Tomb of the Terrible, yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, sorry to catch that cough quick enough.
Anyway, we are about to talk about our feelings about this movie.
Feelings.
Uh-huh. So
Time
we'll
to
start
share
with Rick.
feelings.
There we are.
There's Ryan over to the left.
Personally, as far as the cast goes, I understand this is probably was made with the intention of this is a bad movie.
Yes.
So everybody just ham it up. However, the dark-haired lady, I forget their names, really annoyed the fuck out of me. So I was glad she was killed off early off.
Spoilers.
We're going to spoil you, everybody. If I had to watch it, we're going to just lay this out, tear this bird, and rip out its giblets.
It won't even affect your watching of it.
No,
Did you know there's also a musical?
of course there is. Is this a
Because
stage
why not?
musical?
Yep.
How far off Broadway are we talking?
We're talking like Back Alley Columbus.
Very, very
All
back
right.
alley.
Somewhere down in the short north.
Yep. You'll get much more off Broadway than
Wait,
that.
we'll get a picture.
Okay, this is a
Over in
movie that
Hilltop.
surprisingly it throws in the flashbacks pretty early on. There are flashbacks.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yes. There are totems. You guys, you know what happens. We saw moose. When somebody disturbs a totem, even if it's a dog.
taking the lead. Owned by Ted Nugent, it looks like.
Right.
But this is a teeny tiny little totem, though.
Yeah, and instead of the one at moose where you can climb it, this one
Yeah.
is.
It's no
So-
winter
so-
beast totem.
Yeah,
No.
for some reason they have this little totem marking the deadly demonic turkey.
That they probably got from a gas station somewhere.
Oh, no doubt.
Probably.
Yeah, they weren't really concerned with the little details in this movie.
They weren't
No.
concerned with too many of the big details.
With any details, I'd say.
Oh, the fact that nobody's phased by a talking turkey.
Mhm.
Nobody whatsoever.
It's Ohio. You get used to that shit here, man.
Oh. All right. Yes. I have
Talk
to-
to
Times
man.
turkeys talk to you, you know.
So, Friday and Josh, what did you think? I want to get your impression of this movie. Okay.
Go first before I rip into it.
I think after watching the movie, I had to have a little funeral service for what was left of my brain cells
Okay. Fair enough.
because I think that killed like half of them.
Only half.
Only half. There wasn't that many left to begin with.
They do grow back.
I think the opening
After
part.
this movie, I don't know about that.
Yeah, the opening part is Nice. And the Wookiee. Okay. But
Better than Caillou?
okay.
So much better than Caillou. I'm talking about children's shows. What do you think I've been doing all day? Should be Spider-Man. So yeah, better than Caillou. I like so much better than that.
ThanksKilling. Better than Caillou.
That should be on the
The
DVD
whiny
cover.
little girl
I'm gonna tell them
kid.
that.
So yeah, definitely better than Llamacorn. Llamageddon.
Llama corn.
Now
Llamageddon.
that's something that
I
needs
listen
be
to
added
Llama
the
Corn.
list.
It sounds like llama corn. It sounds like a dish at Thanksgiving.
Yes. But yeah,
I'm wondering how this movie stacks up to Killer Pinata.
I haven't watched that yet, but I
Neither
did
have
see it in the Roku list.
If I remember correctly, Killer Pinata is a series as well.
Now, for those of you who are in the know with movies like this, you know exactly what you're getting when after some text to read through, and after it says immediately after the first Thanksgiving, boob, surprise boob, and then a topless pilgrim woman who I'm pretty sure most of the budget went to with that actress is being
Her name
chased
was
by
Wanda Lust.
yes.
So
Yeah.
that could probably tell you what her
Profession.
job is.
It's
No.
rather clever, though. Wanda.
It is.
Wanda
I was,
Lust.
I was
Well, yeah.
impressed.
She also makes an appearance in the third movie, I believe, the sequel.
The second movie.
Yes, as a naked astronaut.
Yep.
But
Are she the boobs in the first? Are she?
are she?
Same one.
Same
Well,
moves.
well, it's listed as naked astronaut, so I would presume. I haven't seen the sequel yet.
I think it's hilarious.
Okay.
The whole premise is that a sequel was made, but it was so fucking terrible they ET'd it and took every copy and like put it in like a landfill pit somewhere. And the turkey's son is asking him about the story behind the sequel. So he's telling his son, also a puppet, about the sequel, and then his son goes in search of it. It's a whole thing.
So
Okay.
ThanksKilling 3 is the search for ThanksKilling 2.
Basically, yeah, it's a search for Spock.
I have to say that is brilliant, but I saw the running time on that movie and thought, the first ThanksKilling was just slightly over an hour, and it still felt like forever.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
kept wondering if I was going to make it to the show or not. Even it's like I'm watching this at 5. I don't have to be on until 8.
Uh
I'm going to be here until tomorrow. Shit.
huh.
Yeah, they're making Spaceballs too.
The search for Spaceballs too. Wow. Merchandising.
Exactly.
Just
Spaceballs, the toilet paper.
Oh man. Del, what are your thoughts, sweetie? Oh boy. Here we go.
No, it was terrible. It absolutely belongs on this show. Like I watched a bad movie earlier and it was like, well, this isn't terrible. It just sucks. And then I watched this and I was like, oh wow, yep. Had to get back and get that redefinition of enforced terribleism stuck back in my head. And this is definitely a terrible movie. And seriously, it is. It's an hour and like 1 minute and 43 seconds. Part of that's the credits and stuff. But you're gonna hate yourself if you watch it. It's gonna be kind of a slightly affectionate hate, but also a. Did I really need to see that? I don't know. Could they have just left out this one part? Maybe. I don't know. But you do get to have some scenes like who can resist this?
It's like a touching Thanksgiving moment right there.
Yeah.
I do believe everybody's favorite part was the girl not recognizing that it's her father's face on the turkey.
Yep, that's
Right there.
hands down my favorite part.
Yeah.
And the fact that
How do you not realize your dad shrank 4 feet and grew feathers.
Yeah,
Right.
she just drops her knees. Dad, this is Johnny and Ringo and whoever over here. Okay, baby. Do you want to go? Can you take us to the garage? Sure. Where is it? Oh, you and your cute little fading memory or something like that.
Ooh.
Like,
Well, I will give the guy who played the human father credit in the fact that he stuck with that mustache.
Did he committed?
The
committed.
mustache stuck with him pretty
Right,
much.
right.
yeah, he nailed his part. I mean, it was overdone, but he maintained the overdone through the whole thing. I
We did.
I think I liked his part the best.
Oh yeah.
I like how he
But-
was introduced with the coffee.
That's something else I didn't need to say.
Right. Yeah.
That was actually one of the best gags in the movie.
It was.
He's getting
It
this
was.
coffee. She says, as a matter of fact, I did. And then they show it because it's like one of those gags where they could have just left it hanging. And he's got, the ring around his mouth and all that. They could have just left it hanging. It still would have been funny. But just the simple fact that they went there, I love
Yeah.
that.
I guess that means she didn't
Okay.
leave it hanging.
By the way, your stepmom click.
Yeah.
But
You want
This
to let
movie-
me click?
This
No.
movie makes me smile. Like I laugh really hard every time from the first time I saw it to like the millionth time now. Like I laugh so hard I'm in tears when I watch this movie, man. Like between the intentional bad acting, the props disappearing and reappearing, different frames, the turkey alone, like that. This turkey is like one of my personal heroes in life now, like, and has been for quite some time. Like I just cannot explain how much I love this movie.
yeah, Bruce Campbell level, sure.
Yeah.
But now I like to pretend that the character of Bobby here in this movie was the grown-up version of Bobby from King of the Hill. Just the natural progression. Just runs out, woo, Thanksgiving break, rips his shirts off.
I loved how emotional-less they were in things. Like, there's the huge, like, man, my dad hasn't talked to me, and we have this better. He hasn't talked to me for 2 weeks, Mom, because I'm not the starting quarterback. And then they have their, like, get back together moment, and because he lies.
Mhm.
Straight up lies to his daddy. I'm the star quarterback. You're the best son anybody could ask for.
Just complete turnaround.
Yeah,
It's like, it's only been 2 weeks, like, oh, it's such a long time.
yeah, because he's things are really rough between me and my dad. It has been for a long time. It's like 2 whole
2
weeks. But otherwise, nobody's just like, I'm sorry that your parents got killed in front of you by a turkey. That's okay. You want to go out with me? My parents got killed too. Well, sure. Like, I talked to a fucking turkey with my dad.
The most emotional scene was Darren crying over Billy's body.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some real
That-
emotion in that, man.
There
That
was
was
a
a
song.
winning moment right there.
There was a song about those two, the bromance.
Right, exactly. When they do the flashback montage of
This is
all
for
the
you,
time that they
Bubby.
spent together.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it was
lay your body down.
I thought the
Slather
character of
you
Darren
in
was
butter.
well done too. I mean, just
Good
the penultimate like super like virgin geek. Like he took that role and he literally ran with it and like just hit every point that a character like that needs and went as over the top as possible. Like more than anyone else. Like Darren, the character was more over the top than anyone.
No
I'm gonna
offense,
have
but
sex
the
with
character
someone who-
Darren looked like Chicken Little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have sex with someone in this car. Yeah, for once, it's not just gonna be myself. I'm gonna be one doing the sexing. Yeah, to one of you.
What they don't know, what the backstory is, he actually created a clone in his basement of himself to have sex with.
Yep.
Like, hello, me. Meet the real me. Ah,
It was a real
yeah.
Just on an
Sorry.
aside, there's actually a Schaefer the Dark Lord song about that. He
Interesting.
creates a clone of himself just so he can fuck it.
Okay.
It's some
So
real
when they
fucked
say
up
go
weird
fuck
science shit,
yourself,
man.
okay. Yeah.
I think he used the Commodore 64 for that weird science moment, though.
Okay.
That was the problem.
So,
Where did you
Actually,
get that outfit for the Barbie doll in Weird Science? Because I never saw that one. Like, Ho Barbie. You know, back in the day.
it was the 80s. There was cocaine. So
Yeah.
Okay.
a lot of cocaine.
How some
And-
of the best stories get
Just
started.
custom.
It was the 80s. There was cocaine.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So, and computers are magic.
Yes.
So, in any case, so Captain Ron, what are your thoughts, sir? I mean,
have
you've given
so
a lot,
many-
but
I'm not even sure where to begin. Let me just tell you that I watched this movie twice. The first time was about a week ago when I was asked if I wanted to do this, and I said yes. I'd never seen the movie before, so I watched it. And then I watched it again last night because I knew we were doing this tonight. So the second time, I went through it, I made some notes, and I started doing a deep dive on this stupid ass movie. I don't know why. So a little bit about the background of this movie. The director of this movie, Jordan Downey, is actually from Ohio. They filmed this entire movie in Newark, or as they call it here, Newark,
Yep.
on a shoestring budget of $3,500. So most of the people in this movie are all from Ohio. It was an independent film that they did in the course of a week. And Jordan Downey actually had an internship with Wes Craven. And it's because of that internship that he was able to get this movie marketed. So after I started reading about all of this, doing a little bit of deep dive on it, it started actually giving me a new appreciation because I've been there. I went to grad school at University of South Florida, where independent filmmaking was a really big thing. And we would do 24-hour film festivals. You turn a movie around in 24 hours. And this is much like that. So I can really appreciate and understand where the people are coming from by putting this movie together. It's not meant to be big budget, top of the line, great acting and all of that. They just want to get this thing done so they can get it out there. When you go back and you watch it with that perspective, it's so much better the second time around than it was the first, because I'm like you, James, where that hour seemed to stretch on forever. But then the second time I watched it, because I was making the notes, it went by a lot quicker. And then I started to actually kind of enjoy it a little bit. So I don't know if I really have anything bad to say about it, because if you were to take away any one small bit of cheese, it just wouldn't be the same movie.
Yeah. That's where I come from a lot when I, watch these movies on Tube. Being a filmmaker myself, having been, from the actor level to the director to the writer for a lot of independent, like cheesy, B horror. Like, I have a different level of appreciation, I think, than most people because of the behind the scenes stuff, knowing what it takes to do this, something like this. And $3,500 seems like a lot, but really for a movie like this, it would have probably realistically cost, shoestring should have been about $15,000 to $20,000 for something like this. And when you think about the fact that the cast probably all did this for free, a lot of times in indie horror, that's what, the cast doesn't get paid. And the donations for props, figuring things out yourself, 9 times out of 10, someone already has the camera. So that's like your biggest piece of equipment that, and lights and stuff, like someone just already happens to have it. So, they're now on the crew because they have the gear. And the fact that $3,500 in a week, they took this movie to the point where people are still talking about it today. There's a musical, there's charities surrounding it. There's, you can go on Cameo, get the stars to come and, send videos. Like, this movie blew the fuck up for what it is and what it was.
Say they made their money back and then some.
Oh yeah, they made their money back the very first day this movie came out. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I'm just wondering if anybody did the math on the timeline for this movie, because it's all FUBARD.
Oh yeah,
I figured that.
Yeah.
But I think you misunderstand me, though, Captain. This is I do think this is a bad movie. It did pass by pretty slowly for me the first time around. I knew what I was getting into, but even the first time around, I appreciated the fact that it was very much self-aware what kind of a movie it is. And especially for this, especially when they stuck with just using a puppet for the killer turkey. Yeah, much like a fungus.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I still highly recommend this movie to anybody who asks, and for a lot of people who don't ask. I just run up to the random person at Walmart going, "You must watch ThanksKilling," and then run away.
I
As
don't
I'm
wish people happy Thanksgiving. I've been wishing people happy ThanksKilling ever since this movie came out.
gobble gobble, bitch.
I did
So-
enjoy the part where the dead rabbit comes flying into their campground where they're drinking beer. They're like sitting here, and all of a sudden, there's a dead fucking rabbit that flies and lands in that campfire. And what's his name? Who did it?
Darren.
Daniel?
Darren.
Darren's stirring, and they're like, yeah, this just happens in nature all the time. And he's like, this rabbit has been torn apart by a turkey's beak.
Like, how the hell would he know that?
Turkeyologists around the world call it ThanksKilling. And so that, and
There you go.
I took the picture. Takes place in Crawburg.
Robert.
Crawburg.
Which is
I just
better
wanna
than
show the
Nilbog.
picture.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Oh my god! But yeah, um, I would rate this. I would rate this movie better than Lamageddon. Much better than Lamageddon,
I
which is,
agree.
by the way, a movie that used a real llama for this. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so
like this, where no turkeys were harmed in making of this movie.
I'd rate this movie as way better than Velocipaster.
what? No.
I would
No.
do, yeah. I like Velocipaster, but I like this one better.
No. I would disagree strongly with you two, but that's for another show altogether. Okay, so the final question would be: what would you rate this, and would you recommend it to people you know or don't know? I believe I
please.
just said I did, but anyway, Raz.
I'm going to give this 8 out of 10 tires. I absolutely love this movie. Like,
Okay.
it's an like I said, every Thanksgiving watch for me. I recommend it to everyone all the time. I think I recommended it to you guys actually to make sure we got it on the show. And then James was like, yeah, let's do it. Much to everyone else's dismay. But yeah, this is 8 out of 10 tires, man. This is a great one. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it, man. Show some love, show some support, and get ready to, not be sober first of all, and just enjoy the journey, man.
that was my problem.
It's fantastic.
Sober.
Okay, Friday and Josh.
I'd go with about 6 chainsaws. I did recommend it to multiple people. I even asked Ron like twice, please join us. I need to hear what you have to say. And my sister, of course. I'm mad she didn't watch it with me. I'm so mad.
Sonia, get it together.
So, Josh, sweetie, what do you think?
Oddly enough, I have 2 separate ratings for it. Sober, about 2.5. Completely fucking drunk, pardon my language, about 6.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. Around the bend there, Dell.
God, this is a tough one. Okay. It wasn't nearly as bad as some of the other things that we've watched, so I can't go super deep. I set my 1 bar that last week. We're out of 10. I'm gonna say I'll give it. Oh, it's losing a half a point because of a scene that most people probably thought was hilarious. That I was just like, ooh,
What's the?
about.
The gravy flavored condom scene.
Oh, that was
I'm
epic.
guessing.
Yeah.
You just got stuffed.
Yeah, because of that scene, it's dropping down to a 4 out of 10 roasted demonic turkey drumsticks.
Okay.
But it would have been 4.5.
Yeah, it would have been a 4.5. But
Would you recommend it to?
I would recommend it to certain specific people in my life.
Yeah.
not
No one in her
much.
family.
Yeah, no one in my family has tried this.
Right.
Everyone in my family, I think, has seen this.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
I'm so torn on how to rate this because here's my page of notes that I took. Yes, I have a page of notes. I could rate it 1 page of notes because that's what it was. No, as far as the drumsticks, did anybody notice that she just picks up the drumstick and eats it, not caring that the fact that the turkey was radioactive?
Yeah, I noticed that.
The whole end of movie action stare while eating a turkey leg. What the hell?
And the random bonfire that just happened to be there. Anyway, I digress. How would I rate this? I will rate this 1 wishbone, and you hope that you get the longer end of it so that you can wish not to have to watch this movie.
And that's after getting an appreciation of how it was made.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, to be honest, I did enjoy this movie. I love watching dumb movies, and this was really kind of right up my alley insofar as dumb movies. And yeah, there are, just like Delphine said, there are people that I could actually recommend this to myself that I think would appreciate it just as much as myself.
okay.
Yeah.
As far as I go, I'm going to be generous and give it a 6 out of 10 drumsticks myself. This was my second watching. My first time around, if this was my first time around, it would have been lower, but I knew it was coming. I could, just relax and appreciate the cheesiness a little bit more than I did the first time around. However, that doesn't forgive the fact that, yes, as Del pointed out, there is the gravy flavored condom scene, and there was maybe, I don't know, we could have done without the musical montage.
I like the musical montage.
I did too, actually.
We got a whole solid extra point for me just because of the musical montage.
I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of musicals. Let's just say it's kind of a thing for me. But I do, however, recommend this movie whenever I can, just to weed out the friend base to the ones that are truly, truly my kind of people. And also to see the looks on their faces after they've watched it.
Yep.
Am I the only one in this group that watches musicals just because she likes them?
I like musicals. I watch
I like
all the time.
musicals.
Possibly.
I like musicals.
Yay!
Like
I
ThanksKilling
absolutely
the
love
musical.
Hamilton.
James, what was the rating though?
My rating was 6 out of 10
Okay.
drumsticks.
You got to give them credit because they wrote an entire song for that montage, which is just as bad as the movie itself.
Yep.
That's genius.
It was some real Matt and Trey fucking level music.
Here's a thought. How do you eat an entire turkey complete with shotgun and not realize it in one bite?
He was really,
That's
really
very
hungry.
Drugs and hunger.
Mm-hmm.
He was
That'll do it
imbibing
every
the
time.
soul of the turkey. When you're a demonic turkey, you can possess people like that, working
Yeah.
from the inside out.
That's like demonic turkey 101 right there.
Yeah.
All turkeyologists around the world know about that.
Yeah.
Does watching this inspire you to watch ThanksKilling 3?
Yeah, definitely. And I did watch it. I've seen the first one more than 15 times. I've seen the second one, I think, 5 times now.
If you'd
Sorry,
to
the third
post
one.
it, it's right there.
I
Because
did
it's
try
online.
watching ThanksKilling 3. I got about halfway into it, and then I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I can't watch this anymore. But now, after this, I'm very tempted to go back and actually finish watching it.
It loses a lot of the charm of the first one. Like the first one was a very unique thing. It's a very different tone, a very different vibe, like all together.
Okay. Well, I do want to point out that if you're watching this and you're morbidly curious or masochistic for whatever reason, both ThanksKilling and ThanksKilling 3 are playing on Tubi for free. So there you go.
Watch it.
And I saw this one on YouTube, so you can get it there as well.
Now, before we forget,
Gonna
there
do
are the
theirs.
5-star reviews,
Oh yes.
and there are a lot of them. Believe it or not, I have Amazon fired up here, and the very first review is 5 stars and see, best worst movie ever. I accidentally rented this on TV Movie on TV Movie. I'm reading them verbatim. On demand in 2010. I was mortified when I saw the opening scene and thought I had accidentally rented an adult movie. But then when the rest of the scene started coming together and the main character showed itself, wow, LOL. Okay, that one goes on for quite a while. The next one by Jesse S. Sconza, 5 stars. Them's eating potatoes to fit all. Okay. I'm one of the lucky ones. Temp out of stock, I see as I type this emergency intro review. Took a chance with reviewers on Frog Gug Gug. It bombed to the Z Phantom Zone. Holy shit, this person's on drugs. But anyway, the next one. And the third one in a row by Danielle Jolie. Absolutely hilarious, instant cult classic. Yes, nothing says Thanksgiving like a foul-mouthed demonic turkey, spouting one-liner zingers as he goes about killing every white person he comes across.
Yep.
If you see only one movie this Thanksgiving holiday, it probably won't be ThanksKilling, but maybe it should be.
I love that review.
Okay, so great family film to watch with your kids.
Been there.
Filled with twists and turns, you never would have thought that Thanksgiving could be so much fun. A great film to watch with the family and soon to be a yearly tradition. God is a-waitin'. That is a reference to a Bobby calling his friend up to... Anyway.
Yep.
So bad it's good. This movie, where to begin? A fun, over the campy, corny, amateurish production that is worth the 98 cents to rent. I think some of it may have been lost in the shuffle. Wow. Okay. So then there's the what did I just watch? Anyway, let's see, 4 stars. Yeah. So it's got a following.
I love how the first one was like, at first I thought I accidentally rented an adult film. But as it came to, but they were like, but I'm going to see how it goes anyway. Because if this is an adult film, this giant redneck ripping off his alien, is going to be
his
what
wife
I want
beater.
to watch. Yeah, I've been scolded for saying that, so I've been told to call them A-lines.
A-lines.
Okay.
So yeah, but if that's the kind of adult movie that you're into watching, I'm happy for you. Everybody's got their taste, but
I'm really into
it came about there. It was very much not to my taste. I am not the gravy flavored girl.
I am really into the amoeba porn. The subdivision thing just really gets me hot and bothered.
Oh yeah.
I feel like if dinosaur porn exists, then turkey porn should be okay.
That is a raptor. Anyway, so are we ready for the Wheel of the Terrible?
Yes, and we have updated it with took down the last ones and added Ron's suggestion to it. So I'm going to hop over here.
Let me know when.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Why are you not spinning?
It lagged.
Oops.
I
Okay.
heard it.
Oh, there it goes.
Abraham Lincoln, Zombie Slayer.
Yay!
Nice.
Believe it or not, I have actually seen that one.
So
Nice.
have I.
I know someone on the cast of this one too.
All right, so yeah, get ready to watch that next week, guys.
Hell yeah.
All right.
2 weeks from now.
Sweet.
Next
2
show.
weeks.
And I also want to point out that this next Monday is actually my birthday.
Congrats. Happy birthday.
Happy early birthday. It is
Yeah.
also the first episode of Legends by Night, where we're going to do the Hunt Season 2023 wrap-up.
Nifty. All right. So, Raz, where can we find you?
At rastyslasher.com, and just type it in, you'll find Jenny, or me, probably Jenny. Also, your mom's house. So, there's that. And wherever turkeys are sold.
Wherever
Out
turkeys
the
are sold.
grass.
All right,
He comes
Jen.
back in with gravy flavored condoms.
Indeed. That's the only way I get down, man.
Well, I was going to make the joke, but now that you've pretty much taken my thunder, Friday, where can we find you?
My main stuff is Friday with the Library in the Blue Box and Friday Blues Disorganized Library of the Blue Box, but also look for him or her or fake whore and just leave a message or a comment. I'll get back to you.
All right, Josh, where can we find you?
Find her.
Okay. All right, Del.
She's easy to find.
All right.
You can find me here with all of the Owlite things. And when I leave this host body, its name is Carrie Lee Sanders. You can find her at Carrie Sanders, Kari. If you see the avatar of a crow, that's me. And she is over on the Darkening Network as well, and is also an
I haven't done that in a while.
and is also an author. So check out all the links from Facebook. That's the easiest way to find me. And Jenny will probably get back to you and let me know.
If
All right.
he can
Did you mention
find
the
you,
Dorkening? Did you mention the Dorkening?
Yes,
did.
Darkening.
Okay,
This Tuesday, check us out. Tomorrow night, we have Keith Champagne on Splash Pages.
Nice.
So it's going to be fun. We are reading Adolescent Black Belt. Adolescent Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters, I think. it
Adolescent
is.
radioactive black belt hamsters.
Yes. Thank you for getting it as fast. I couldn't. I'm like trying to put it together. Which, if you thought this movie was weird, that comic is what the fuck just happened, but it's good. So yeah.
It was
Nice.
the
All right.
alternative to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the time. There was actually a whole comic book about it.
Oh yeah. Read that. We're reading the Keith Champagne updated version in 2008, which is a little easier on the eyes. But reading them both has made me go, "Wow, somebody did that."
That was the
Okay.
thing that happened.
thing.
All right, Captain.
Well, speaking of black belt hamsters, I myself am a martial artist trying to be an author and I guess trying to be a martial artist too. You can find me here on YouTube under Wolf Sensei or Wolf Dojo, and also on TikTok as Wolf Sensei, Wolf Dojo. Sometimes I go live there when I'm practicing kata, or if you come to the Faycore Publishing Discord and the Owlite Network Discord, you can find me there under the name Dire Wolf.
And that's Wolf with a U.
Wolf with a U.
Okay. And I'm your humble servant, UncleNecRo. You can find me on the Owlite Network and various blogs and doing a bunch of other podcasts that I do for movies and music and stuffs. So, okay. So until next time, seek help.
Get stuffed.